I'm gonna put this in one or two sentences. This is humbling to be able to come back home, finding out the truth, and not just taking what I grew up with, which was not factual. To get this information to be able to come back home is really, really powerful, and it's worth it. And this is not the only time that I plan to travel with this organization. The next time I plan to bring others with me. Excellent. But whether they come or not, I plan to be with this organization because change is going to happen here. And it starts with Burkina Faso. It starts with Niger. And it starts with Mali. And we here to support them.
Yes, we are.
The waking call has now reached to our African diaspora. Now they decided to come back home and join the movement of uniting Africa. These words from our brother there, he was in Burkina Faso recently days, and we hope to see, as he said, we're starting with Burkina Faso. Now we are going to Mali, Niger, and the rest of African countries. And this is what we need to see: African diaspora coming back home and joining the movement of uniting Africa. How great words is, and not only him. I have here three more African diaspora. They feel proud to be in the continent of Africa, and they are ready even to get in the movement of uniting Africa. Let us listen another one.
Here because I want to make changes. I want to. This is my first time actually, so I really need ADDI to mentor me, to give me that spirit, to change Africa. We need young, new leaders, and I hope to be one. To be wonderful.
Wow! You see how great spirit inside her. She is ready to be one of the leaders, one of the among leaders who are going to change the continent to the Africa that we want. This is what we need to see, brothers and sisters, kings and queens, sons and daughters. We need to see young Africa now are waking up and decide to take control of this track to the united Africa. Africa must be one, with one currency, one president, one army, one judiciary, also removing these borders, because we can't unite with borders. Let us remove these imaginary borders which kept in Berlin Conference for the interest of these Western countries and not for the benefiting of African people. So she is ready to be. I'm ready to be. I hope you, brothers and sisters who are watching this video, you are ready to be among those who will change the continent to the continent that we want, who will change Africa to the Africa that we want. We are doing this to support and joining our hands on what Captain Ibrahim Traore and other Sahelian region leaders doing. We are supporting them. End of the day, the whole continent of Africa, we youth, we are going to make it to the what we want to be. Okay, now let us listen another one.
This is one of the best trips we could ever have. America has lied to us for so many times, but Burkina Faso has taken on the mantle. Burkina Faso is leading the way in the continent. The people are very nice, very calm, very hospitable, and this is what the whole continent needs. We need to do more of this trip more often. Thank you.
I heard we may be taking another trip, maybe to Niger this time.
Yeah. This is the best trip ever in Burkina Faso, and Burkina Faso leads Africa to the Africa that we want. We need more trips like this in the continent of Africa, in different countries in the continent of Africa. This great trip from USA, this African diaspora coming back home, and we need to see, and we don't have great trip from America or from Europe, from Asia, from any continent in the world to Africa than the trip of our brothers and sisters coming back home. We hope to see all African diaspora, wherever you are in the Caribbean, wherever you are, coming back home with this spirit that Africa is my home. I need to go back home. This is our home. And I remember at that time when I was not born, Dr. Remy Ongala sang that I need to go back home. Home is home. Good or bad, still home. Home, African continent. We know all black people, you are originated from Africa. Now the time to come back home and uniting Africa, joining the movement of uniting Africa is now. Brothers and sisters, I really appreciate these words from African diaspora. He said this is the one of the great trip from USA to Africa, this ADDI crew they did. So brothers and sisters, now let us listen the last one in this video and we can hear what he said on his view on that trip.
Alright, Dr. Lee, you here from the United States. In one sentence or two, what prompted you to come to Burkina Faso?
Actually, I'm from Compton. That's different from the United States. I'm here to Burkina Faso to see how we can create institutions, our own institutions that we run and we create in our image that benefit us. That we can create those institutions that unite the continent with the diaspora and vice versa.
Sounds good. Now you heard about all this security nonsense that every other country is saying you can't go to Burkina because there's war. Did you see any war? Did you see any fights, any guns, any bombs out there?
No.
Any terrorists out there waiting to kidnap us?
No. But in Los Angeles, where I live, I see terrorists every day in black and white cars.
There you go. There you go.
The most violent cities in the world are in the Americas.
Yes. Have you seen any cops that have arrested?
No. No cops. No cops stopping nothing.
The soldiers that are taking care of us. Has there been any animosity to them?
No. As a matter of fact, it's been mad love. But I travel regularly through Africa, and I've encountered the same thing all over the place. Is this idea that the people are violent or things are unsafe, right, is false. I feel safer and more at peace here than I do in the United States.
I agree with you, my brother. Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.
Let me hold there. Africa for many years have been blending in negative way all around the world. You heard his words saying that they told us Africa is the continent of civil wars. Africa is a continent of hunger. Africa is a continent of poverty. Africa is a continent of diseases. And each and everything they brand Africa they think, but we can't blame them. We need to show them that Africa is not as what they think. And Bailaki said that since I landed here in Burkina Faso, I didn't see any policemen disturbing us, disturbing our journey, disturbing even in our meeting. But these policemen and armies are the one who protecting us. So you can see how Africa is. Africa is the land of joy. Africa is the land of peace. Africa is the land of honey and meat. This is how Africa is. And this we all know. We only know this. These things that we all know. This we Africans who are living in this continent. But our brothers and sisters, kings and queens, sons and daughters who are living in diaspora, they know that Africa is bad continent. Sometimes this is coming the reason that they don't want to come back home. But we who are living in diaspora, let us show them that your home is safe. Your home does not have what you things or what you have been told. You have been told all along the years. Africa is the land of peaceful. We all know, but those who are coming to disturb us are those who are telling you that Africa is this and this. You know, so I've been inspired by his speech. Once he said that I would think that Africa was this, but since I learned Africa is a beautiful place. Africa is each and everything that man should get and enjoy is found in Africa. We all know that world need Africa to survive, but Africa does not need this other continent to survive. You know, all things that we see in technologies are coming from Africa, and Africa are providing all these things. So, brothers and sisters, this was just a few speeches from our African brothers who are there in Burkina Faso from United States of America, uh, coming with this ADDI with Dr. Arikana Chihombori coming to congratulate, to praise work which the president of Burkina Faso, Captain Ibrahim Traore, doing and continuing doing. And they hope, I hope, and you hope, you who are watching this video, to see kind of leadership there in the Sahel region, to be in the whole continent of Africa. This will become easier for us to unite the continent. Brothers and sisters, African diaspora, they now decide to come back home and join the movement of uniting Africa. Africa should be one, with one currency, no border. We must be the borderless Africa, which can make us easier to travel all around the continent without any obstacles. And we need one visa that identify that we are African, United States of Africa. So, brothers and sisters, this was just a few view on my view also on what he said. They said this African diaspora, and like for us, they said that we are starting here in Burkina Faso, and we are not ending here. We wish to go in Mali, Niger, and the rest of African countries. Now that we young Africa, we are decided to wake up and start the movement of uniting Africa. I know that they have been talking too much that Africa should be this and that. The time for action is now. Our founding father, they did their job at that time. Now it's our turn. Now Africa, we need to make the Africans, we need to make the Africa that we want. So, brothers and sisters in the continent and those who are in diaspora, that was my view on how we can make, how we can share these kinds of ideas. I share this, and you have to share to another black people. So let's meet on the next episode.